Alice Mbeyu grew up in Kenya in a neighborhood where community rhythms, school assemblies, church gatherings, and local theater shaped daily life. From a young age she displayed an ease with voice and presence, often chosen to read at events or lead small performances. School offered both structure and stage, classroom responsibilities taught her discipline while school plays taught timing and emotional truth. Those early experiences planted two durable convictions, that education is a moral project and that storytelling is a way to hold a community together. Her family emphasized responsibility and service. Practical chores and community obligations grounded her. Teachers and local elders modeled the idea that steady work and empathy create influence. Alice pursued teacher training because it matched those values and offered a clear path to both livelihood and service. In the classroom she discovered that authority could be gentle and that insisting on standards was compatible with deep care. Those lessons, how to command attention, how to correct without shaming, and how to coax confidence from quieter children, later became the craft tools she carried to the screen. Early mentors remembered her as deliberate and patient, someone who could give a single sentence weight. Early peers noticed how she could switch tones effortlessly, firm with mischief, soft with grief, wry with small ironies. This capacity for tonal range, forged in a modest Kenyan childhood, would prove central to her later work as a performer. Career: teaching and educational leadership. Alice's professional life began in education. She trained as a teacher and advanced to roles that included head teacher and trainer, positions that involved curriculum oversight, staff mentoring, and community leadership. As a head teacher she balanced administrative duties with classroom presence, refining a leadership style built on consistency and respect. Training other teachers expanded her reach beyond a single classroom, turning her into a conduit for pedagogical practice and professional standards. Teaching gave her a set of habits that served her acting career: careful preparation, an ability to read an audience, and a natural authority on stage or camera. Colleagues describe her as someone who treats rehearsal like lesson planning, deliberate, iterative, and attentive to detail. The classroom was formative in shaping not only technique but also the moral code she brought into the public eye: protect the vulnerable, elevate the quiet, and use influence responsibly. Modeling and commercial work. Parallel to education, Alice accepted modeling and commercial assignments. Fashion and advertising work demanded a visual economy: posture, expression, and a single compelling frame could carry a message. She learned collaboration with stylists, photographers, and directors and gained fluency in how wardrobe, lighting, and framing shape narrative. This phase of her career sharpened her visual literacy and taught her how to translate internal life into images, a skill that later enriched her screen performances. Commercial work also widened her professional network and introduced her to casting directors and producers. Where teaching trained the voice, modeling trained the body and the camera-facing sensibility. Together the two disciplines created a hybrid performer comfortable in both intimate close-ups and public roles. Television and dramatic work. Alice's move into television drama began with small parts and steadily grew into more recognized characters. Her most widely known role is the figure colloquially called Mama Junior on the Becky series, a performance that earned attention for its authenticity and restraint. She has also been associated with characters in productions linked to the Zora universe, which further cemented her presence in Kenyan household drama. Her approach to acting is grounded and lived in. She draws on the textures of daily life, the rhythms of schoolrooms, neighborhood gatherings, and family negotiations, to create characters whose gestures and cadences feel real. Directors praise her ability to find subtle emotional shifts, a withheld word, a softened look, a teacherly correction that carries tenderness beneath it. She brings a steady reliability to set, a readiness to collaborate, and an inclination to mentor younger cast members much as she once trained novice teachers. Her career trajectory illustrates a pattern of late blooming recognition rather than instant stardom. Each role built on the last, and her public persona took shape as a seasoned professional who prioritizes craft over spectacle. Personal life. Alice keeps her private life deliberately guarded, preferring that public attention focus on work and community rather than intimate details. She identifies publicly as a retired professional teacher who continues to act and accept modeling commissions. Social media and public profiles emphasize mentorship, craft, and community involvement rather than lifestyle displays or celebrity branding. Friends and collaborators describe her as grounded, disciplined, and generous. She continues to value mentorship, offering guidance to younger actors and educators. That continuity, teaching as a vocation and acting as an extension of that vocation, marks her public identity. Where tabloids pursue gossip, Alice presents steadiness, a professional who measures publicity against the cost to privacy and chooses to protect family and personal boundaries. Her day-to-day life appears to blend community commitments with selective professional engagements. She participates in local events, supports educational initiatives, and prioritizes relationships that mirror the respect-driven values of her upbringing. This measured public presence enhances the credibility she brings to the classroom and screen alike. Real estate's cars net worth. Real estates. There are no widely verified public records linking Alice to notable property holdings. Publicly available profiles and standard entertainment coverage tend to emphasize professional roles rather than confirmed asset ownership. Absent documentary evidence such as title records or reliable reporting, any claim about specific properties would be speculative. The prudent approach is to focus on her demonstrated contributions to education and performance, rather than unconfirmed real estate narratives. Cars. Similarly, there is no authoritative public documentation of particular vehicles owned by Alice. Entertainment reporting in Kenya sometimes highlights celebrity lifestyles, but in Alice's case coverage centers on craft and community engagement rather than a catalogue of possessions. Without reliable disclosure, statements about car ownership would be conjectural. Legacy. Alice Mbeu's legacy resides in the seamless way she translated a lifetime of teaching into performances that feel like lived experience. She demonstrates that professional depth enriches dramatic truth, the authority of a head teacher, the patience of a trainer, and the care of a mentor become the raw materials for screen characters who resonate because they are recognizable. Her work widens the representation of mature, community-rooted women in Kenyan media and creates room for stories that honor ordinary courage and everyday leadership. For younger actors and educators, she is a model of reinvention without self-erasure, shifting careers while maintaining the values that define identity. For audiences, her roles normalize complex domestic lives and celebrate resilience outside glamorized spectacle. She lives, or is building, a quiet cultural footprint, one that prizes craft, mentorship, and dignity. Use her story to remind viewers that influence often travels through accumulation, small acts of care, years of steady work, than the devotion to teaching that eventually teaches a nation how to see itself. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, subscribe, like, share, and comment.